Life is really short, and the more we can share in that deepest source of our being, the more we can be free of any fear, doubt, anger, complication, and really have in the middle of all this complexity, find a very simple state of being. There was a person in our Akashic, the Self and Akashic course that received images of spiral everywhere. And not necessary to be analytical, but I'm quite sure that because I had that experience myself right after I came to Rudy's, is that I felt as though I was entering a spiral, and as my energy was rising, as my tensions were being dissolved, I was rising. The Kundalini was rising in me, purifying my system. And as I was going around this spiral, I felt as though, okay, I'm coming to a higher level, but I meet the same things again and again. On that spiral, it expands, gets bigger and bigger. You take in more and more of life, but it's basically as the Kundalini is rising. I think this image of the spiral is a significant symbol of the Kundalini energy and the process that is evolving for us, transformation process, as this energy is starting to rise, and as we get to the point where from that still point at the core of the spiral, as it unfolds, we are experiencing the unfolding of life itself on a moment-to-moment basis. It's constantly unfolding. So the more we can stay connected with the center of that spiral, the better it is. And it's relatively simple, but it's not so easy to do. It's often, if we get overly fascinated by the unfolding and the manifestation, then we lose contact with the center. And that's not what we want to do. We want to be able to recognize that all of this unfolding from the core of ourselves is identical, with the core. It's an expression of the core. So it is also the self. And then we start to look around in our life as we go through it, and we start to realize that, well, gee, it's all just a manifestation of this deeper awareness, which is the source of all being. And it becomes very, very simple. I talked last week about the dharanas, which are the different Bhairava tantras. Comes from the Vijnana Bhairava. And the simple thing of the third dharana is going in between our thoughts. Go into that space between our thoughts, between the breaths. Go into that and allow this spiral to unfold naturally without any hindrance, but recognizing that spiral is a natural creative energy that comes from this dynamic stillness at the core of our being. And this is, a really, really liberating, simple experience. It's hard and challenging to constantly shift your attention back there. Because when you have a thought, you want to grab a hold of it. So to consciously go in between the thoughts and hold on to that space is quite challenging. But we can all do it. And we can do it, by doing the circulation breathing and really paying attention to the space between the gap between the in-breath and the out-breath, and the gap between the out-breath and the in-breath, and also the gap as we hold the breath in the double breathing exercise. Really feel that dynamic stillness there, the pure potential and how it unfolds in us and in everything around us. It's all an unfolding of the same.